Okay, here, this is Lord Potato, and this is what if Asta, yeah, Asta from Black Clover, was the, well, I wouldn't say reincarnation, I would have said was, fuck, what's it called? Shit, I didn't actually think of this, what the fuck? Okay, let me say that again, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now I have an idea. What if Asta was, well, not the reincarnation, but mostly had the system? So yeah, I don't know why it was that hard for me to say it, but yeah, basically had the system of soul leveling. Now, if you don't know what is soul leveling, I suppose you, well, I'm supposed to probably tell you or explain you what is soul leveling. But if you don't know what soul leveling is exactly, soul leveling is basically, well, a webtoon that's going to become an anime in 2003. Well, yeah, 2023, or was it 2022 or 2024? I don't remember when the anime might be coming out, but I swear to God, I just saw the picture, well, last time, like very last time, and that shit is going to be garbage. Yeah, I'd rather stick with the fucking webtoon than the actual anime that might be coming out. Because truly, it seems that the new Soul Leveling, what's called anime, they are gonna change a lot of shit instead of like keeping some things the same. Which I'm not excited. I'm not excited for any of that shit. Nah. Nah. Fuck that shit. But whatever. So, not the point. But Soul Leveling is like a webtoon. It ended I would say last year-ish. Was it last year-ish? No, it was no, not this year. It was last year. It was last year, December. So, yeah. So, of course, it ended off, and of course, I was sad. But I was even more sadder when the creator actually died, like, somewhere in, I think it was July or June. Was it July or June? I can't remember. Fuck. I think I have a picture of when he died, but it's sad as hell. But not the point. The webtoon contains of someone named Sun Jin Woon, who is the basically protagonist of Solo Leveling, who is, well, was weak in the beginning and became overpowered in the end. Well, a lot of challenges that kind of would kind of contain him with his what's it called ability called the system, or not really ability, an ability given to him by the system. Well, that was that he was kind of the incarnation of someone, but the incarnation let him be having his own personality. If that explains anything, okay? If you haven't read it, I highly recommend that you read it. I highly recommend you read the webtoon before you, I don't know, whenever you know watch this video. Whenever you can just read it. I'm not saying fucking read it. I'm saying maybe you should take a read again, because I am going to reread what's it called, Soul Leveling. I've been bored for a while, so I am going to go reread that. I was supposed to, I don't know, fucking do what's it called? Well, watch after Fire Force Bleach and then make Bleach waters, but I'm getting a little too lazy, so I'm instead gonna go reread Soul Leveling. So yeah. Why? Because fuck it, I don't know. I know I only have one more month before the new episode of Bleach might come out. Now, other than that, I've been taking 3 minutes of your fucking time, so I should shut the fuck up and let me begin into this what if. So, we begin into Asta. Asta as a young baby boy. Now, of course, we fast forward from him being born to him being 4 years old. Now, Asta didn't have much mana. He didn't have any mana at all. So many people thought that he just had such a little bit of mana that he was just so unlucky with mana exactly. Like, so many people just thought that he was just a very peasant of low level mana. Now, his twin, or should I say adopted kind of brother next to him, or mostly not adopted, mostly orphan brother, named Yuno, is blessed and loved by mana. That is because, if you already know in the manga, yeah. But if you already know, he's a fucking prince. But yeah. So of course, Yuno is loved and just blessed with mana. That everyone believes that he's definitely not an orphan. He must be from some kind of royalty or something like that. Or he's just really loved by mana, even if he's an orphan. Of course, Yuno has a necklace while Asta doesn't have anything that shows to have any indicators to a family exactly. Well, not exactly. You see here, Asta was kind of like hated by Mana and despised by Mana exactly. Unlike Yuno. But of course, Asta always did have this, well, weird feeling that he remembers stuff but he can't remember exactly. But of course, that's not the point. So of course we go into, well, Asta. Asta is just like always walking around, kind of trying to train his body and all them other things like original canon. And of course, this is where Yuno also does the same. Now, of course, Asta stays to be 5'1" when he turns 11. And of course, can't grow any further. Of course, this is where, well, even though he can't grow any further when, well, not 11, when they're 8 years old, Asta seems to be a little bit shorter than Yuno every single time they grow. Like, Asta grows a little bit, like, not tall. Like, he grows slower than Yuno. This is where Sister Lily and even Father Ortiz notice. But Father Ortiz decides to, like, compliment and, like, bless and, like, tell Yuno that he's doing a good job and all that. While Father Ortiz doesn't see Asta doing much anything in the near future. Maybe being a gardener or whatever. Really, Father Ortiz doesn't really care about Asta that much. And Asta can see this, which kind of breaks his heart. But the one person that always cares about him is Sister Lily. Now, he doesn't, like, I should mention one thing. Asta on this one has been, like, scorned and other things from other people. The fact that he's monoless, and even his siblings. Yuno can see that Asta seems to be scorned a little bit, but he doesn't say anything because you know how fucking Yuno is. His fucking talking ability fucking garbage half of the damn time. But yeah, of course, this is where, well, Sister Lily is the only one to actually tell him good things and like tell him that he might be doing good things in the near future. Another thing, trying to make his like confidence boost not be like Yuno's. Pretty much trying to just make both boys to be able to express their feelings. But of course, Asta has been shutting off his feelings more and more over the years. Ever since he was 8, when it was his birthday, no one really cared that much. No one really celebrated, except for his sister Lily, who actually kind of just gave him like one potato and all that, and like other potatoes just to kind of celebrate his birthday. Of course, when it was Yuno's birthday, because well, they were kind of found in the same day, so of course they're gonna have to celebrate the same birthday. Pretty much everyone kind of celebrate Yuno's birthday, even the whole village. Asta, they didn't really care. So of course, Sister Lily was the only one to ever try to kind of make his confidence boost, being like an original canon, but cannot. You see here, Asta's like his Turian, what's it called? He just had a very low self-esteem. Of course, ever since that happened, ever since he was 8 years old, we go into, well, them being now 14 years old. Well, about to be 14 exactly. They're actually 13 years old, and of course, Asta has been having very low esteem and always just hiding away and like getting away from, well, anyone's like eyes. He just doesn't like anyone looking at him with disdain in their like with the calm mouth and all that. They just have disdain for, well, Asta. Since Asta's so manaless, he actually, even though they think that he has no mana exactly, but in reality he does. He has a tiny bit of magic. He even found out he had a tiny bit of magic. Just a one thing, the problem, he can't use it. It was just a small, tiny purple flame that he could light up in his hand. Like this tiny, well, not purple flame. It wasn't even a flame exactly. It was actually just this whitish flame. It was powerful, yes, the whitish flame, but he was distasted by mana exactly. So, of course, he was no way to actually grow his mana exactly. Every time he actually tries to train with his mana and trying to, like, somehow get more mana, he couldn't exactly. He even tried one time about, well, trying to, well, not inject himself with mana, no. He just, like, tried and tried, but never could. He even tried stealing people's mana. That didn't work. Instead, it left a little small burnt mark on someone, which then also got his ass kicked. Because, yeah. because someone felt it, but it wasn't like a very strong white flame that Asta could use, which saddened him more. But of course, this is where, well, we go into him being 13 years old. He's right now in the forest of, well, that giant devil sculpture and all that. And of course, this is where, well, Asta is just saddened, very saddened. He can't do anything. He's pathetic, weakling, useless, and out of all, he's actually the most lowest. If there was a ranking system for the strongest magic system in the village, in the whole entire village, he would have been below, like straight up negative below everyone. Of course, this is where would have been like first because of how strong magic he is. And then there's like other people that were a little bit stronger than, well, not a little bit stronger, mostly a little bit weaker than but of course the same strength. But they weren't from really big families and all that, like noble families. They were actually from also like just normal families, but they had strong mana. Of course, Asta was just saddened. This is where, well, Asta's just looking around the forest until he sees this giant stone door. Like two giant stone doors out of nowhere. He kind of looks on the other side just to see if it's anything different. And sees there's nothing different, just a two-sided door. Like you just look at the other side, the same. The other side, well, in front of him, it's the same. So really, he just opens it because why the fuck not? He doesn't want to go around the door. So when he walks in it, being still sad and looking down to the ground, he's actually going downstairs and just notices one thing. He's going down. Then he looks at another double door, which kind of confuses him, but he just opens it because he doesn't give a shit about life that much. He just doesn't care no more. Of course, well, he keeps going down and down and down. Well, after going down that, what's it called, double door that was behind him and all that, he kind of like now lead up to another double doors and then just opens it and goes into an arena. So, of course, this is where, well, Asta ends up at an arena. This is where, well, there's so many statues around and even a giant ass statue. This is where, well, Asta seems to really care less about where the fuck he's at exactly. He just seems to just look around and says, huh, am I somewhere? This is interesting. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just some prank from someone, an illusion. This is where he's looking around. Seeing multiple statues just look at him. Well, it looks like from Asta's view, it seems like they have disdain, but it's really just a motionless look. He just has very low esteem for, well, himself. This is where, well, he knows that if he dies, no one really would care about him. So, yeah. He just has a lot of depressing emotions inside him. So, yeah. His body might be a little bit physique, but it's not much. He didn't train that much like a original canon. He just given up that much. This is where, well, Asta's looking around. This is where, well, Asta just sees a lot of things happening. This is where, well, something happens. The doors behind him does like shut and disappear and turn into a wall. And this is where Asta seems unfazed from it. This is where he keeps walking towards the middle. And this is where, well, the statue starts moving. And this is where multiple flames appear, blue flames. This is where Asta says, what are they? This is where the statues are walking towards Asta. Even one throws like an arrow at Asta, like a, well, not arrow, spear. And this is where Asta almost gets hit. And this is where it just flung past him. And of course, this is where Asta winds his eyes, thinking that this is not an illusion, because that felt real and the air pressure felt real also. He almost did get pushed back from the air pressure, but thanks to his physique a little bit, he managed to stay still. This is where, well, he realized that this is not an illusion. This is real. This is real. This is where, well, he realized one thing. This feels like a dream, but at the same time, it feels like deja vu. Like he has been here, but not really. So, of course, this is where he starts kind of like dodging some of the attacks and even an axe attack from, well, one of the stone giants. And he realized one thing. They are pretty damn fast for being giants. But, of course, he's managing to dodge some of it. This is where he runs to the middle and realizes that there's flame patterns. When he gets onto the, like, altar or whatever, he then realizes one thing. Everything freezes. But this is where, well, there's one thing in particular confusing to him. When those things were attacking him, he looks at the giant, the big statue, the huge ass statue from the others, and we're just keeping eyes, red crimson eyes, glowing from the statue and just locking it upon Asta. Which Asta was confused until he saw another statue that looks completely different from the others. Didn't have any weapons, but had a kind of like, what's it called? This symbols and letters. This is where Asta could barely read it, but then the letters changed to be able for him to read it. This is where, well, Asta read, bow down to the Lord, this, and that. I forgot what the rules, fuck. This is where, well, Asta says, the hell? What does that even mean? This is where, well, the flames around him dissipate finally after a while. And this is where, well, he then says, what the hell does that even mean? Huh. Bow down to the Lord. Sing him a lullaby. This, that, though. What? Huh? This is where when the flames are gone, the giant statue lift up his, like, what's it called? His eyes kind of glow even more. And this is where I also realized one thing. This auditorium, it seems to be a target. He can't dodge that thing. Even if he launches hands or whatever, Asta won't be able to dodge it. So, of course, Asta, he gives up. He just sits on the, what's it called, like, just stands on the, what's it called, sacrificing stone and all that. Now, I should mention something. I know this isn't how the soul leveling, how he got his system and all that worked and all that. No, I'm changing it a little bit because I want to just not be fully like soul leveling, okay? But of course, well, Asta is looking at the statue until the statue sends 2 red laser beams from his eyes straight to Asta. Asta, who just seems to give up so easily, just sit there. Just sit there and not care. His eyes are already dead. He already knew that he was gonna die. End his life. End his misery. He's given up all hope. This is where he says, I guess I'll give up. Sorry. Sorry for anyone who birthed me. Asta kind of said it quietly, saying, for anyone who birthed me, I'm sorry. I know it's pathetic. I know I was weak. I couldn't even save you, mother, big brother, sister Lily. This is where, well, the beam got so close when Asta was about to close his eyes. A blue box appears right in front of him. Seems to freeze everyone. Well, freeze everything around Asta. That's where Asta, when he was looking at the box with one eye open, with the other one being closed. This is where, well, the box said, choose, do you want to be a player? Well, it says, do you want to be a player? If not, your heart will stop in 3 seconds. Choose wisely. Or not choose wisely. Yes or no. That's what I said. That's where Asta says, player? Well, can't be anything better than living in this worst life. He clicked yes. And this is where, well, everything returned to be the same. And the red beam still smashes upon Asta. This is where Asta thought he was dead. And thought that the whole player thing was just an illusion for him. He just clicked yes. And this is where, well, there's nothing left about Asta. The sacrifice store and all that. This ruin, well, this dungeon seems to be dissipating. And this is where, well, one statue is right now smiling with this evil grin. Ah, so you did become player. You will now be able to host 2 different monarch abilities. King. Yeah, Everything disappeared. Listen, what? Well, we now go into Asta waking up. Asta was confused. He woke up and being really fucking confused. He was in somewhere he didn't know. He saw multiple trees. These trees were huge as hell. But realize one thing. He's nowhere near Heart's village. But he felt mana. He felt the mana around him, but not much. Since he can't feel mana that much, since he is supposedly manaless, but yeah. That's where Asta, he seems to not care much in what's happening. And so he just decides to kind of walk around. Kind of walking around this place in confusement. Until something popped up in front of him. Welcome, player. Asta. Hello, well, it says, welcome, player. Name, please. This is where, well, Asta says, name? Name. Asta. This is where you click A-S-T-A. Or what's it? Oh my fucking god. Was it? No, wait. So yeah, A-S-T-A. So yeah. This is where, well, player name Asta. Asta, level 1. Asta, skills. No skills. Asta, stats. Durability, strength, and, well, speed. Level, well, 4. Pretty good for average. Decent, because he asked for his physique and all that. He's still did train a little bit, not much. What's it called? Other things. Mana, 0. Well, not 0. It says like 20. 20 mana. Magic? Unknown. This is where, well, I was gonna say, what? But I do have magic. He kind of activate the white flames a little bit. Magic? Unknown. Unknown to be found. This is where the system decides to scan the white flames. This is where the white flames, this scan. White flames. Magic. White flames. Slash, question mark, question mark, question mark. Slash, question mark, question mark, question mark. This is where, well, Asta was like, huh? Do I have more than one? Or what is happening? No, this must be just a dream. A disturbing dream. Or is it? Now, since I did mention that he did wake up in very large trees. These trees are at least redwood. You know what those like giant ass trees are? I don't know where are they and what's it called? The country of the United States. I forgot where it was it. I want to say Ohio, but that's just the land of corn. So, no. This is where, well, Asta says, where exactly am I anyway? This must be a bad dream. Or this might be heaven. I am that, am I not? Or hell. I don't know where I'm at. I shouldn't panic. I should just be happy. This is where, well, the system then question out. Well, it kind of pops up right in front of Asta saying, Asta, what's it called? Asta? Just Asta. That's what Asta's name was. This is where, well, the system decided to pop up for a last name. This is where Asta didn't have a last name and just looked at it confusedly. This is where the last name just dissipates, and this is where the system then goes on with a story. This is where, well, the story is just talk about the world of what Asta is in. Exactly, this world is not, I should repeat, not Black Clover. Because this world is basically a world that's generated by the system. Yeah, Asta is in this world and is confused. Yeah, this is not. I should repeat this again because I know people are going to be confused, saying, is this Black Clover or not when I kind of get into the story? No, it's not. It's, think of it like an, is it called isekai? You know those, like, when people get hit by, I don't know, some random thing, like Truck-kun comes out of nowhere and smashes them into another world? Yeah, this is what Asta is in. Yeah. But, it's like that. But, what I wanted to do in the story, let me explain a little bit. I wanted to kind of combine solo leveling with hardcore leveling warrior. You know, the boats, they're kind of systemed together, but it's a little bit different where one is actual like a game and the other one is a, well, system. So it's like that. Just think of it like that, okay? Is he gonna have hardcore leveling warriors powers? Well, you're gonna have to see that in the near future. Maybe, but yeah. I might also add some other characters that have like system abilities, like some from different webtoon characters and all that, like the MCs or even side characters or anything like that. So I might add that. So just to clarify, it's okay. So of course, well, the system says, "Hello, welcome to the world of what's it called? I actually don't know what to call this world. Wait, This world is called Lucid Adventure. So yeah, it's basically Hardcore Leveling's world name, but yeah. This is where Asta's confused. Lucid Adventure? This is where, well, the system says, welcome. Do you want to go down the path of, well, mostly the system goes and explains about the path of a hero, the path of a villain, the path of just anything you want to be. It goes down to specific things, but not much. It kind of be a little bit not specific that much. But of course, it's where, well, it talks a little bit more in which path Asta wants to go in, but Asta can choose because Asta's Asta, and yeah. This world is going to have MCs who are kind of like real people, but are not. I should mention one thing. If you people are going to ask, are the NPCs going to be like actual people that where Asta can actually communicate and doesn't need to go into bubbles and all that? Like in what's it called? Hardcore and Leveling Warrior, or even what's called like Overgeared Place and all that. Well, it's going to be similar to those, but yeah. So of course the NPCs, not MCs. Why the hell did I say MCs? NPCs are going to have their own personality and feelings and other things. So if anything that Asta does kind of affect the NPCs to kind of react to a human, kind of like a human personality way and all that. Okay? But not the point. Let me go into this what if, okay? Because I only have a little bit more time before I have to go, so yeah, let me go. So of course, it does explain all that, and this is where, well, Asta understand. This is where Asta then wanted to see what the system is going to do. This is where, well, the system just kind of gives Asta a dagger. Well, not a dagger. This is where Asta kind of says, huh, is the system done? Well, time to go explore. This is where Asta starts exploring. Now I should mention one thing. Asta has a kind of like ragged hoodie that, well, Sister Lily kind of made for him, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta then almost gets attacked by a boar. This is where Asta jumps away and says, what the? A boar? Interesting. I haven't really seen those in Hodge Village. But then again, I only been staying away from people, but yeah. Well, it's not like a magic boar, it's just a normal boar and all that. And Asta has seen them, but he just said that because he's still emotionless at the same time. This is where, well, he then just, the boar rushes at him, and this is where Asta, he kind of like dodges the boar and then just kicks in the side of the head. This is where the boar, he then runs away, but yeah. This is where Asta hears, help, help, help. This is where Asta says, huh? This is where Asta runs towards, well, a place that's having, well, a family. A family of, well, a mother and, well, her daughter. This is where also her husband, who's right now on the ground, thanks to the fact that he's hurt from a boar, and also this thief managed to kind of stab him, and of course the thief is kind of hiding, you know, that kind of giggling with this evil laughter and all that. This is where, well, the person is trying to protect his family, but of course getting hit by boars, and of course his HP was at 20, but is now at, well, 9. Yeah, he's very low. This is where Asta says, should I help them or should I not? This is where Asta clicked to his mind. This isn't the world where, well, everyone hates him. This is another world. And if this world is somewhat like a, what is it exactly anyway? He never played video games because in that world they don't really have video games and all that. So of course it's confusing to him. But of course he feels like he knows the word game, like a video game. But this is where Asta doesn't understand, but this is where Asta, he decides to jump down and help them anyway. Just say, screw it, if they hate me, they hate me. But whatever. This is where Asta rushes towards the boars and kind of kicks some of the boars. And one of the boars kind of like launch at him, trying to bite him. And of course it does have like sharp teeth, and this is where Asta does get bite. But this is where Asta punches it in the head, knocking it out. This is where all the boars kind of start running away. And of course, this is where, well, Asta is kind of bleeding from his arm and says, ow, son of a bitch. This is where, well, the thief kind of jumps out and says, huh? Who are you? Damn it, you ruined my plans. Well, I get to kill you anyway. This is where Asta looks towards the side of the older man. But the older man seems to kind of breathing a little bit hard and seems to be tired and all that. This is where, well, Asta sees to the side of him a axe. This is where Asta decides to kind of rush towards the man, well, grab the axe with his hurt arm, and then rush towards the thief. The thief says, "Ah, with that pathetic speed, you ain't gonna do shit." This is where, well, the thief like dodges Asta from the swing of an axe, and this is where the thief says, "Ha, you aren't going to do." He gets punched in the face from Asta. This is where, well, the thief won his eyes. He was getting cocky. This is where he kind of just like wipes his like hand towards the bruise and kind of spits out like a tooth because yes, that punch was heavy as hell. But this is where, well, the thief says, "I'm gonna kill you." This is where he rushes at Asta and does a skill saying multi-cut slash. This is where, well, he managed to slash at Asta multiple times, and Asta has multiple cuts around his body. This is where Asta says, "Damn it, there's so many cuts. This is bad." This is where, well, the older man says, "Well, too bad, brat. Since your little insolence hurt me, I should hurt you more." This is where, well, Asta's about to get fully killed, and this is where Asta says, "No, I can't die, can I? No, I shouldn't be dying any time." This is where, well, Asta now has the motivating speech to actually, well, not motivating speech, mostly motivation to not die. This is where Asta, he kind of like holds the axe, and this is where the axe gets developed with his white flames. This is where a new skill is activated. Develop flame axe. This is where, well, Asta then reads upon it, well, not fast enough because, well, fuck it. He said, "Fuck it," and just kind of like holds on to the axe and then just swings it up. This is where a like whitish flame attack appears. Right now, this whitish slice flame attack appears right in front of the man. This is where the man could not dodge the thief, and this is where the thief gets a giant slash from the bottom all the way to his head, right now cutting him into two pieces. Asta seems to be really tired and right now having one of his eyes open, but of course seems to just not care less. He just kills someone, and this is where, well, something happens. XP appears. Multiple things kind of got leveled up, but this is where Asta passes out. But this is where I'm a little bit off for part 1 of What If Asta Had the System. So yeah. But before leaving it off, yes, this is going to be called What If Asta Had the System, or should I say What If Asta what if Asta had the system / was in the system at the same time. So yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna upload this and have an appetizing. But other than that, I need to go, so good night and bye and all that other stuff. Bye.